So this film called Chronicle, I watched it the other night. I picked it out while I was browsing through this service. Before I put it on, I didn't know anything about it. All I did was read that three teenagers acquire superpowers and work to hone their skills, and I thought that sounds interesting. These are the kind of films that I always watch, like sci-fi or technological films. So I'm going to show you a few scenes from this, and it's going to blow your mind. I had to make a video about it. It was like, what are the chances of me just randomly choosing this film of all films to watch, and the stuff that it contains is just insane.
What do you want? Why is this door locked?
So this is the opening scene of the film. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. And immediately I saw the symbolism that they were presenting here. So you have a mirror, which is a reflection of reality, just like in the Matrix where Neo travels through a mirror to go into the real world in the first one. Like a mirror basically consumes his whole body. And then you have the red and the blue, which is the magnetism. That's what it represents, the polarity. You know, if you played with magnets when you were a kid at school, you'll know that each magnet has the blue and the red to symbolize the north and south polarity. And then you have the camera as well in the center here. Interestingly, this actor who plays the main character in this film, he was born on February the 6th as well, which is the 26th. But I'm not going to get too much into the numbers. This video is going to be about something totally different that I haven't spoke about on my channel before. So you have the north and the south. Just like on 9/11 you had the north tower and the south tower that got destroyed. In the Matrix you have Neo and Smith, which is the NS. You have New York and Seattle, where the next event might potentially happen. So this is the first scene. I'm going to go through the rest of it because throughout pretty much the whole film there's symbolism, but when you see why this was blowing my mind, because I didn't expect any of this. I was just watching this film randomly. I didn't expect to see anything that's coming up. So basically, like, every scene in this film is about the red and the blue, the north and south magnetism polarities. I'm going to show you more as we go forward, but also that's not the main point. The point is what you see in this film. It just blew me away. I couldn't believe it. So what it is, these three guys, the three main characters in the film, they come across this hole in the ground and they decide to explore it. As you can see, they're just curious as to what's down there, and then you start hearing some electromagnetic frequencies coming from inside the hole, basically. So they're down there now, and weird things start happening to them. And as you can see, it's all blue, red and blue again. At the moment it's blue, but it's going to shift to red in a second.
Can we get out of here, please? Is it showing up on the camera like that? I don't know, man. It's messing with it. I don't really want to film. Dude, I'll buy you a new one.
Interesting symbol as well, because it's like a sun almost, you know, with the rays coming off of it. Or a star. You could think of it as a star as well.
Matt! Matt, look at this! What? Look at this! Dude, what?
And that's like a spear. That's a spear symbolism. And you see how it's shifting from red to blue.
Hey, I can't hear you over that. Oh, dude, here you go.
They start getting nosebleeds and stuff. And basically, so look, you can see again, he's got the blue shirt with the red fleece over the top. And now they've come out of the hole now. This is like a few days later, and they seem to have, you know, generated some kind of superpowers to do with magnetism. So they're trying to test to see if they're actually able to use these powers, like, to their advantage. But this guy's actually able to manipulate it. And this is the guy who had the February 6th birthday, this guy.
That is crazy. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh dude, you're bleeding. You're bleeding.
The red blue, look. He's wearing blue and he's having a red blood, the nosebleed. So this is the very next scene, and this is where my mind got blown away completely. This is where I realised that this film is just a massive piece of symbolism for the upcoming event. So in this scene they're testing out their powers and they're trying to build stuff out of Lego. And this guy is like, you know, these two guys are pretty good, but it's this guy, the February 6th birthday, who is really in tune with these new powers. He's better than these two. He's able to control it more. And he says to him, look, he says, you do it. He says, just do it, as you can see there. And look at the time when he says it in the film. It's at 16:22. So this guy decides to build a structure. And, you know, I was just watching and I said, wow, that's starting to look like the Space Needle a little bit. And I was like, wow, that looks like the Space Needle. Oh my god, that looks exactly like the Space Needle. This is what I was saying to myself, right? It looks pretty much exactly like this. Exactly the same. Now watch what happens. So he destroys it, right? So there's basically this small scene where they go back to the hole where they got the powers, just to check out if anything changed. And it's been all covered up by rocks. And this is in between the scene that you just saw where they build the stuff out of Lego. And you're going to see what happens right now in a second. You see the fucking Space Needle. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I literally can't believe what I'm seeing. When I was first watching this, I was like, I was literally going insane, saying, what the fuck? Look, it's the Space Needle, man. With the blue lights, the red lights, all of the magnetic symbolism. And the Space Needle, what is it? It's S and N, the South and North. Space Needle, S and N. 9/11, North and South Tower. Smith and Neo in the Matrix. New York and Seattle, N and S. So it turns out that this film is actually set in Seattle, and that's where these three teenagers live. But I never knew any of this before I watched it. I randomly chose to watch this. That just shows you that this information is flowing to me for some reason. I don't know, but just unbelievable, man. And then the film just continues on with the magnetic symbolism. In pretty much every single scene of this film, there's magnetic symbolism of red and blue polarity in the background here. And the gold is above them because gold is like the gold. It's the most important color of all. Gold, that's what the sun is. It's basically like a red and golden sun in a blue sky. Because the sun is like a massive magnet floating around in the blue sky. That's what this symbolism is all about. In this scene where they're in a store, it's a blue floor and it's a red around here. And I know you probably think, oh, there's blue and red everywhere you look in reality, but I mean, this is clearly being emphasized. Like, this is being symbolized on purpose to make it stand out, red and blue, up and down. Red is at the top, the blue is at the bottom. In this scene here, you know, he's wearing red again, he's wearing blue.
Yeah.
Red car. And you can see there's a blue car there. So it's always emphasizing the red and the blue, every scene. So eventually they realize that they can fly and stuff as well. That's how in control they become of their own powers. and every single scene is just the red and the blue. Look what he's wearing here. It's the red and blue. And I think the Space Needle was in this scene as well. After they flown around, they land on top of a building and it shows off the Space Needle again. But then it covers it. I don't know if this guy is supposed to be representing like Obama or something. I mean, that might sound a bit silly, but Obama has connections to everything because he has one of the most important birthdays in the entire calendar, the 216th day of the year. Because in this film, there's like an election going on for president of the school, and this guy is running for it. Look at the drinks are red and blue, red light here. Every scene has some standout red-blue symbolism. I know I keep saying it, but that's what this is all about. It's about the polarities of magnetics. This is getting towards the end of the film now, and of course they're going to symbolize the main event at the end of the film, because I knew that's what was coming. Here you have the Space Needle in the background again with the blue symbolism. Transition into red in a second with the fire engine and then the police sirens, mixing the two together, because what it means, the blue represents order and the red represents chaos. That's why the police have both. As you can see, the Seattle police, because it's set in Seattle of course. The blue and red is just everywhere. The whole film is littered with it. And then again you have the Space Needle here with like an explosion happening in front of it, which is symbolizing, you know, the Space Needle falling or something, which you can see here. Fire underneath it. Basically the guy, the main character, he's gone crazy and he's using his powers in an evil way at the moment. And look where they're going, right towards the needle. And at this point I'm just, you know, my mind's just being blown by this. I just couldn't believe it. That this, of all films, this is what I chose to watch. So crazy, man. And this is basically the end, where the guy is just completely crazy and the power has taken over him. He's not even the same person anymore, he's like possessed. And anyone who knows about the spear, they know that it's a massive symbol, the spear. That's how it ends. So thanks for watching, and I recommend anyone to check this movie out to see what you can find, because it is packed full of symbolism and I definitely didn't cover all of it in this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.